Hey guys, well, welcome to part two of the fretwork here. So, at the end of the last video, we installed the frets, we clipped the ends off. You're still going to have some sticking out on the edges, okay? So, this is my method. What I like to do next is take a big file, half round, nice long one. You can see it's pretty long, it's over half the neck. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to take this file and start up here, and I'm just going to run it along the edge of the fret wire, and I'm going to keep it tipped this way so I'm not getting into the wood. All right, and I'm going to try to keep that same angle as I go along, and I want to just feel if there's any fret wire that it's hanging up on. You can usually hear it, and you can feel the file starting to drag on the ones that are sticking out. So just one motion down through. Now that's pretty good. I've already done this to this neck already, but I just wanted to show you the technique. Same thing here. I'm just going to flip the neck over, and I'm going to run my file down across. And this is just to get the bulk of the wire that's sticking out off. So now I'm down to a point where it's, it's pretty close, really. I got to do some more up on this end. I can feel poking out a little more. So what I'll do is focus on that. Now, one thing I wanted to show you is this. Like, when you're running your file down across here and you feel one really sticking up and starting to drag, what you want to do is just set back and take one more pass over that, where you felt that really hitch and grab your file. What you really want to feel is just the same amount all the way through. I can hear it because it's still riding on the fret wire, and there's spots where it's starting to go away, so most of it's up here. I can hear it and feel the file really dragging. Okay, now that's pretty good. Now once you get down to that point, I do have this, which a friend sent out. This has a 90-degree file glued into it and an angle file glued into it. So I could take this 90-degree file right now and run that down across there, because I've already taken the bulk of it off with this. It's just my method. This is the first time I've ever used one of these. I recommend it. These are really nice, and that rides on the fret wire really nice, and it guarantees you're going to cut a 90. Then if you want to bevel your frets, you can do the same thing with the other side. Really nice tool. I've done it with just flat files, mostly. I'll use a small mill file, like a 6-inch flat file, really fine teeth. I would probably use that at this point normally, but I'm going to try this. So again, once you get that done, you get them all filed off. The next thing you're going to do is probably want to check to see if any are high or if any are rocking. And what we'll do is take a fret rocker and we'll set it on. You want to span 3 frets at a time, okay? That's why there's all kinds of different sides to this. So as you get up the neck and the frets get closer together, you can use the different sides. So you're always spanning 3 frets. You lay it across 3 frets and you want to just see if it rocks. Just try to move it back and forth. And you want to check all those out right now. This feels pretty good so far. So if they're high and you have a bunch of high ones, the next step would be to take a sanding beam and sand them down to the same level. Then you would take a fret crowning tool, because you would have flattened some of the crown off and you'd want to re-crown those. And then finally, the last step would be to take a small fret file. I have one here somewhere. I did. It's somewhere here. Anyway, StewMac sells them, and they're just for doing the edges of the frets. Let me see if I can find mine. Okay, so I found it. This is a StewMac version. And what this is, there's teeth on each side of it. And one edge is flat and the other edge is rounded. And the flat edge has some teeth on it too, but the round one is the safe edge. So that way you can run that across your fretboard without cutting into the wood. But the first move for me is to take the flat edge side, and I make one pass, and it's a compound motion that looks kind of like this. So I'll just make one pass. I'm doing this really slow. I do it with a little more force usually too, but I'm just trying to show you what this looks like. Kind of like that. And then you're going to go back this way in the same motion. Then I'll take the safe edge of the file and I'll try to concentrate up on the crown a little bit more than the edge. And you really don't have to try too hard because the smooth side holds you up off there anyway. And then it's going to be the same motion, this compound motion that gets the side of the fret and also gets the edge of the fret at the same time. And you just go one pass each way. You do that, and then you start feeling the fret ends, and you should feel a difference usually the first time through on both sides. If they still feel like they're sharp, then you just got to address the ones that you really feel are sharp, and you can use the edge of this file to just smooth off any little hang-ups. You might not get them all the first time, but within a couple sessions you should be able to get them from sticking out by. So that's basically my procedure of refret. Like I said, if you take a fret rocker and you rock all your frets, if you got a couple high edges, see if you can pound them down. If not, then take your crowning file, okay? One edge of it will cut the fret, one edge of it will crown the fret. The wider edge will knock some of the crown off, and the smaller side will just build the crown back up to the center. So I like to use that. Sometimes you have to take a flat file or even a stone and knock some of it down like that, and then just recrown it, whatever it takes. Usually you're going to get a few. I mean, I don't know why, but it happens. But you're going to get a few that are probably going to be high on the edges even, or some are even in the middle. You just have to address it. You want to make sure your neck is straight. If you have to adjust the truss rod, whatever you have to do, you want to make sure your neck is straight when you're doing any work to your fret wire. That's really important, because if the neck's bowed and you're filing and sanding on it, if it's got a bow on it, you're going to file these frets and these frets down lower than the center ones. And then when you finally do straighten the neck out, it's going to buzz like a beehive. So just keep that in mind. Make sure it's straight, and you should be in good shape. All right, guys. Well, thanks a lot for watching. I hope this video helps. You can do it if you take your time, follow those steps, and you should be in good shape. Well, best of luck to you. Thanks again for watching. Like and subscribe if you haven't. We'll see you soon. Okie doke.